Welcome to Microchip's briefing. The content of the briefing includes Intel optimistic about China despite U.S. chip export curbs. TSMC founder Morris Chang's major worry, U.S.-China decoupling. Intel earnings, stock jumps on Q3 earnings and revenue beats. USI's 5-year timeline for China chip decoupling. UK PM Sunak warns against rush to regulate AI before understanding its risks. Intel optimistic about China despite U.S. chip export curbs. Nikkei Asia. Intel has expressed optimism about its prospects in China despite new U.S. chip export controls. The company expects overall revenue growth in Q4 2021, following 7 consecutive quarters of decline. Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger said the company will comply with the regulations of the U.S. Commerce Department's Bureau of Industry and Security, BIS, while continuing to deploy its products in China. Intel reported $14.2 billion in revenue for Q3 2021, down 8% YoY, but forecasted growth in the October-December quarter due to strong demand for AI and product rollouts. Gelsinger said Intel does not see major threats from ARM-based PC processors, despite competition from NVIDIA and AMD. TSMC founder Morris Chang's major worry, U.S.-China decoupling. South China Morning Post. Taiwan's 91-year-old Morris Chang, founder of the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, has joined a chorus of business leaders gravely concerned about the increasingly hostile rhetoric between the U.S. and China. Speaking at an event in New York, Chang said, "It looks like countries are mad at each other, and that worries me." Chang warned that decoupling between the two superpowers could lead to war, citing a book by Harvard professor Graham Allison, which claims that war occurs in 67% of cases when an existing power confronts an emerging one. Intel earnings, stock jumps on Q3 earnings and revenue beats. Yahoo! Intel's Q3 revenues of $14.2 billion beat expectations and offered Q4 guidance implying revenue growth for the first time since 2020. The chipmaker's revenue was down 8% YoY, though an improvement from its Q2 figures. When Intel reported a loss of $2.8 billion, Intel's client computing revenue was $7.9 billion, compared to expectations of $7.4 billion, while its data center and AI business brought in $3.8 billion. With analysts expecting $3.9 billion, Intel is looking to capitalize on a rebound in the PC market, which has been hamstrung by declining sales over the last 2 years. USI's 5-year timeline for China chip decoupling. Nikkei Asia. The U.S. is extending export waivers that allow South Korean and Taiwanese chip manufacturers to continue supplying Chinese facilities with American technology. The waivers were set to expire in October, but the U.S. is now considering a 5-year phase-out process. Samsung Electronics, SK Hynix, and Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. are among the companies benefiting from the extension. UK PM Sunak warns against rush to regulate AI before understanding its risks. South China Morning Post. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has highlighted the risks posed by artificial intelligence, AI, and called for governments to tackle them. Sunak warned that AI could make it easier to build chemical or biological weapons, spread fear, and potentially escape human control. In response, Britain will establish an AI Safety Institute to assess the risks associated with AI, including social harms like bias and misinformation. Sunak aims for Britain to become a global leader in AI safety and hopes to establish a global panel to assess AI risks. The risks of AI will be discussed at a global gathering convened by Sunak next week, which will include representatives from AI companies, political leaders, and experts. The agenda includes topics such as the unpredictable advances of AI and the potential for humans to lose control of it. Sunak has invited China to the meeting but cannot guarantee their attendance. Is China killing its fledgling golden geese? Diplomat. China's tech giants, including Alibaba, Tencent, JD.com, and Baidu, have been at the forefront of innovation and economic growth in the country. However, recent actions by the Chinese government and concerns over trust have cast doubt on their ability to expand internationally and reach high-income status. The government's crackdown on tech giants, exemplified by the case of Alibaba and its founder Jack Ma, has raised concerns about government control over private growth. Chinese tech companies also face trust issues abroad due to fears of espionage and intellectual property theft, leading to bans and restrictions on platforms like TikTok. The article highlights the importance of megacorporations in driving economic growth and innovation, as seen in countries like South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. These countries have successfully escaped the middle-income trap and achieved high-income status by leveraging the influence and success of their domestic megacorporations. However, the trajectory of Chinese tech giants seems to be slowing down as the government tightens its control and trust issues arise. The Chinese government's initial support and patronage of these tech companies played a crucial role in their rise to prominence. However, recent regulatory actions and concerns over trust have put their long-term international prospects at risk. The fate of China's tech giants and their ability to propel the Chinese economy into high-income status and global prominence remains uncertain. Chinese tech firms scramble to secure Nvidia's AI chips before US ban cuts off supply. South China Morning Post. Chinese companies, including Xiamen Hongxin Electron-Tech and Inspur, are seeking to secure Nvidia's chips after the US imposed further restrictions on the supply of key graphics processing units, GPUs, to China. The move deals a fresh blow to China's artificial intelligence, AI, ambitions. Hongxin, which supplies semiconductors for AI servers through a partnership with chip startup Enflame Technology, said it would need to increase the use of domestic AI chips if Nvidia products are completely banned. Chinese tech giants Tencent, ByteDance, Baidu, and Alibaba have collectively placed orders worth $1 billion for 100,000 to 800 processors. China's YMTC makes world's most advanced memory chip, Tech Insights report. South China Morning Post. China's leading memory chip producer, Yangtze Memory Technologies Co., YMTC, has manufactured the world's most advanced 3D NAND memory chip, according to a report by Tech Insights. The chip was found in a solid-state drive launched by YMTC in July. This development comes despite U.S. sanctions placed on the company, which is on the U.S. Commerce Department's entity list. Tech Insights believes that China's momentum to overcome trade restrictions and build its own domestic semiconductor supply chain is more successful than expected. YMTC's chip is an important component for high-performance computing in applications such as AI and machine learning. AI has rescued Mark Zuckerberg from a metaverse-size hole. Economist. Meta's core business, which includes Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, is thriving once again, with the company reporting revenues of $34.1 billion in Q3 2021, up 23% YoY. Net profits more than doubled to $11.6 billion. The company's share price has increased by 250% since last year. Facebook's founder, Mark Zuckerberg, responded to investor pressure and criticisms by making two transformative business decisions. He made cost cuts and fired staff, and he launched an internal revolution to use artificial intelligence, AI, to galvanize Meta's core business. The company had spent years building up its AI infrastructure, and it was well equipped to make the most of Gen AI. The move helped to turn Zuckerberg from Silicon Valley's villain to its hero. Meta is using chatbot avatars to increase engagement on its social media platforms and to improve advertising. The company is also using AI to model user behavior and has launched tools to let advertisers experiment with different backgrounds and wording. However, there are concerns over the potential for AI to tarnish a brand's identity or for AI to encourage untoward behavior on social networks. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.